exciting afternoon with you meeting all kinds of wonderful, fabulous spiritual people that project love in so many different ways. Yep. Well, I can't wait to show you.
Not fly, haunted by dreams that were meant to come true. Love was there, but I could not see it. So the voice of salvation came shining through you, and you sang, God is all there is. All around the country, God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be.
High God presence that is everywhere in its fullness, and that by means of you is seeking to express itself more completely according to your unique pattern. We have heard scripturally that without vision, the people perish. And so as we're still in the very first month of the year, we wanted to embrace the articulation of the vision that's pulling us to a greater expression of the activation of our supreme destiny. Everyone has a great destiny. The Spirit of the living God is in every being, and every being is in the Spirit of the living God. And so there's a destiny within you, not merely fate. Fate is what happens, fate is the experience we have by outpicturing unresolved issues and things of that particular nature. We're not run by fate. When we become available to the universal laws, we become pulled by a greater destiny. So today in this contemplative service, we're going to embrace our destiny. We're going to embrace our purpose. We're going to embrace a transcendent vision and begin to articulate it. I'm going to move you through the vision process with some teaching, process, and music. And so the first thing that I want you to know is that the universe answers every question that you ask. Every question that you ask, the universe is continually answering. Most people that are uninitiated into the sacred laws of the universe have the tendency to ask questions that are disempowering. They will prematurely ask, what's wrong? Who's to blame? Why me? These questions are asked by uninitiated beings who don't know the nature of reality. As you begin to grow, mature spiritually, you don't ask what's wrong. You don't ask who's to blame. You don't ask why me. You instead begin to ask, what is the meaning of life? You begin to ask, what's trying to emerge in my life? What gift is trying to be given? You begin to ask, what is the vision for my life? You begin to ask, what can I bring to life? Now that last question is very, very powerful, because many people who are uninitiated going into this year after this particular election cycle are waiting to see what's going to happen. They're asking, what's going to happen? Instead of asking, what am I going to bring to this year? What am I going to bring to this life? That's an empowering question. And so we're going to begin to go through a vision process in which, one, we're going to ask empowering question around our own life. We're going to begin to ask areas of our own growth. We're going to be asked, what do we have already that can be in service to the unfolding vision? We're going to begin to ask ourselves, what can we now let go of that no longer serves us individually and collectively? We're going to begin to tap into the vibratory feeling tone of willingness, the vibratory feeling tone of the sacred yes that is within all of us that allows us to become more of our real self. We're going to have a moment of prayer, real heartfelt prayer. Not begging and beseeching, but a connection with reality that allows the manifestation of the glory of the vision that is held within us to outpicture and to compel us into right action on a regular basis. And so I have my magnificent staff and ministers here with me in the sanctuary. I have you, there was 9,000 of you at the early morning service on the Facebook live stream, Facebook Live and the live stream. And so perhaps there's even more with us right now as we begin to feel into a vision for our life. So I want you to begin right now before I get reared up and just start speaking for the next hour, which is not uncommon for me. I want us to all just kind of just stop. Allow yourself to inhale deeply. Close the outer eye and release the breath. And begin to center down with me. Begin to pull your attention away from the world, away from conditions, circumstances, situations, people, places, things. All the stuff that has snagged your mind and pulled you into stagnation. We're coming out of stagnation. We're coming out of stagnation. We're coming into the evolution of our consciousness. So as we turn within in this moment with the awareness that God, through the universe, answers every question that we ask, we begin to ask a very empowering question. And the first question I want you to ask yourself, what is the most powerful moment of love, unconditional love, I have ever encountered in my life? For some of you, you immediately go to a grandparent. Some of you may go to a parent. Some of you may go to a trusty friend, a loved one. Some of you might even go to an animal friend in which you had a direct encounter with divine love without conditions, without agenda, without manipulation. It was just love. I want you to pull that remembrance into your mind right now. I want you to remember the feeling tone of love. And I want you to take a deep breath now. Inhale. And when you hear the clap of my hand, I want you to magnify that feeling tone of love times 10. Exhale. And just feel into the feeling tone of love. It's unconditional. No border, no ceiling. No time and space can block it. You remember that love. Your grandmother may have looked at you in the eye and saw who you really were. Grandfather, a friend, an uncle, an aunt, a godmother, a godfather, parent, a loved one. Feel into that love. And for the rest of this process, we're dedicating our breath to be a talisman for the activation and the expansion of that love. So whenever you notice yourself breathing, you're becoming aware that you're living, moving, and having your beingness in the love of God. You're safe. You're protected. God's all around you. Now, in the feeling tone of love, we begin the vision process. With your eyes still closed, simply ask, what is God's idea of itself as my life? When God thinks of me and my life and my purpose and my destiny, what comes up? What's trying to emerge in my life now? Where am I seeking to give birth to? What's trying to express more fully through me now? What is the sacred vision that I'm now being pulled by? And so I invite you to just ask the question in your own way, your own words. Nothing else is important except you being pulled by a vision, empowered by the presence of God. You don't have to ask right now how you're going to do this. No, the details aren't up to you right now. What's up to you is you catching a vision. Remember what I said at the outset, without vision, the people perish. So we're being pulled by a sacred vision. And so with your outer eye closed and your inner eye opened, what is the vision for my life? What's trying to emerge in my life now? What qualities are trying to be born through me? What gifts are trying to express through me? Listen with the inner ear. Everyone is loaded and coded with infinite potential. What you have come to bring to the earth, not what you have come to take from the world, but what you have come to bring. It's encapsulated in your vision. We'll take a moment for you to simply listen with your heart. What is God's idea of itself as my life? What is the sacred vision of my heart? What am I to bring to the world? What am I to give? What am I to share? Feel into it. As we're contemplating being pulled by a vision, the still small voices, it's elegant, it's sweet. And what you're being pulled to is not self-aggrandizement or selfishness. What you're being pulled to, what you're being pulled to share and be, benefits everyone. You become a beneficial presence as you're living your transcendent vision, and as the transcendent vision is becoming more imminent, more real. Feel into it and see if you can begin to catch its articulation. The eternal broadcast from infinite mind is perennial, perpetual, constant, consistent, and never wavers. This presence of God is always speaking, always emanating, always radiating. By asking the question, we're becoming receptive. Ask, and ye shall receive. You're making yourself receptive. What is the highest vision for my life? What is God's idea of itself as my life? What's trying to emerge? What's trying to be born through me now? Listen. Remember, you're living, moving, and having your beingness in the presence of God. Not an anthropomorphic being, but a presence that is never an absence, always being itself. God love, God peace, God joy, God abundance, God beauty. God is. God is. God is. God is. What is your vision? Just another moment of listening.
Okay, my name is Paul Heuschenstam. I've been an artist for 29 years, all spiritual art. Both my brothers are artists too, but they do commercial art. I do spiritual art because I'm a spiritual all the way down to my core. I've been here at Agape Church with Reverend Micheal Beckwith for 11 and a half years, and for 28 years I've been with Deepak Chopra and his company. So one week it's Reverend Micheal, next week it's Deepak Chopra. I have stereo, beautiful teachers around me all the time. So everything I do has a meaning, and it all comes back to the heart center. Mandalas are paintings that take you from your head to your heart. And when you're standing in front of a painting, slowly, without you realizing, your heart will open up. And the longer you stay there, the longer your heart will open up. So when you put one of these paintings in a house, that changes the whole vibration of the room. If you could see the energy, you'd see that the vibration has changed. There's a higher vibration, and it raises and lifts consciousness. There's 3 ways to be enlightened. It's one through the body, which is tantra, one through the eyes, which is yantra, one through the mind, which is mantra. Mantra, tantra, yantra. My way is yantra, enlightenment through the eyes. Okay.
I love your work, and if you could just tell me one thing about this piece.
This little painting here, for the last 10 years, and then 10 years before that I had beautiful Valentines. Right now I do not have a Valentine, so what I did for Valentine's Day was sat down, and one day I created this beautiful painting. I didn't put all the red in it because that's what the usual thing is. I put a lot of healing colors in, the colors of the heart and the throat, so it's like it's a healing Valentine's tree all about calmness and beauty.
Wow. Can you do me a big favor and tell us the world and how they can find you?
Yeah, if you're interested in my
Yes.
work, I have Mandala and mandalas with an S.com. I've had those websites for almost 30 years, and I've had over 1 million people go through my website. So it's easy, mandalas.com, no problem. Or come to Agape Church, or go see Deepak Chopra, I'll be there.
Hi, my name is Linda, and I am here at Agape, and I am selling organite crystal pyramids, which have multi-purposes. The major thing that they are useful for is they protect you against EMFs, which are electromagnetic frequencies. So that's all the invisible radiation that is in the air, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, laptops, any kind of radiation that it'll be absorbed into the pyramid and then be released and transmuted into positive energy. The way that works is the crystals are placed inside a fiberglass pyramid with brass and metal shavings, which give the crystal something to vibrate against, and so it creates this push and pull effect. So it pulls in heavy energies, it transmutes them to positive energies, and puts them back out in the room. And by doing so, what it does, it purifies the energy in a room the same way that an air purifier would purify the air in a room. And all of the pyramids will protect you against EMFs. They will also purify the energy in a room, but each pyramid has a different crystal inside of it, and it will still hold the same metaphysical healing properties that the crystal itself holds. For example, this is black tourmaline, which is a great grounding stone, and it actually helps to remove very heavy toxic energies, and it will suck up the energies kind of like a vacuum cleaner, sucking up all of the toxic energy that you have no use for. So in doing so, it will transmute the energies into positive energies and then put them back out in the room as positive. So the best place to put them is by your router, by your desk area where your computer is, your laptop, your children's room, especially if they have if they have Wi-Fi in their room, and you will feel the energy in your ear feel much lighter, and you'll feel healthier and happier, and you'll actually sleep better too.
I adore it. You are spectacular. And how will we find you and have an opportunity to purchase one of your incredible pieces?
We're here every week at Agape on Sundays, and we do have a website called Spiritual Supermall. We do have just the best sellers there, so we don't have much of a variety, but every week we're here at Agape.
And do you have a Facebook or anything?
Facebook, Man from the Stars.
Fabulous. Well, much love and incredible gratitude for the work that you're doing. I adore it. Many blessings.
You. Blessings.
Oh my God, Clyde! Wow. Can you show us? Can you show us that?
Yes.
Oh, is that gorgeous? What is that, princess?
This is our chicken sandwich with mumbo sauce.
Oh, yum.
I like the name.
What's your favorite?
I don't even know what I mean, but it's good. It's good. That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
Awesome.
What you call it? I don't know. Good.
The incredible love. We're outside the Agape Center. And
I'm so glad too. Agape's been home. I just love being here.
I'm glad you brought your truck back.
Yeah.
Okay, share who you are, gorgeous.
My name is Chef Lauren Vanderpool. This is my food truck, Food Art by Lauren. And we are here at Agape today serving up beautiful art. And look at all of our gorgeous customers. It is tasty.
Oh my God, the line that was down, what went through here was insane. Everybody couldn't get enough of you.
Oh wow, well I'm excited that they're able to eat some vegan food that's organic and yummy. So that really makes me happy.
So how long have you been doing
Bless
this?
you, run out of food because we buy it all.
So tell me what got you started in doing organic vegan food.
Yeah, I became a chef. Actually, I started my own business at 16 years old in front of Howard University's business school, and I got my first millionaire client at 18. Flew out here for culinary school, started working the Oscars, I catered the Grammys, a lot of award shows, and working with the best like Serena Williams, Stevie Wonder, Common, Anthony Anderson, and now I have my very own food truck, and I'm
Awesome.
sharing it with the world.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
So how does somebody find you?
You can follow me on Instagram, and it's right on the back of our truck. Food Art by Lauren and Culinary, and if you would like more.
Tell me a little bit what got you into doing the most beautiful work.
Well, my name is Laura M. Gems. I am a gemstone jewelry designer as well as a certified crystal energy practitioner. And what got me into this work were the crystals and a dream that I had of sharing my gifts and talents with the world. And so this is what manifested from that dream.
The vibrational energy that is off of these pieces are just so fabulous.
My name is Amun Neteruel, founder of Temple of Soul, and my line, Soul Crafted by Amun. And the piece we're speaking about today here at Agape with my sister Laura is this ankh right here. Let me get this stuff out of my hand. So this ankh right here is laced with pyrite, turquoise, and lapis lazuli. Pyrite for action, fire, and just getting into that initiation state of consciousness. Turquoise for the attunement and understanding of all things flowing in a divine harmony and helping us to understand that science of complementary forces as opposed to getting caught up in polarity and opposite. Everything works in harmony, and it's on us to find that oneness. And then lapis lazuli represents the opening of the third eye and the power of communication, both vocal for the throat chakra, which is blue, and also for telepathy, and the ability to sense and communicate empathically as well. The ankh is the key of life. So the top of it is the receiver, and the base of it is the transmitter. In the human body, this is the personification of the uterus or the womb, and the birth canal. but it's also the personification of the prostate and the phallus of a man. So it represents life in the masculine and feminine polarity, and the balance of those two things to create more life and more life and more life. More so than it's a symbol, it's a sacred shape, because the ankh is also an electromagnetic tuning fork. If you get a copper ankh and you actually get it weaved in certain ways, you can actually tap the ankh on things and it'll resonate and vibrate. So some people take ankhs, they wear them on their bodies to bring attunement and balance to the body. They keep them in certain rooms of their house because the energy of it helps balance out the flow of electricity and magnetism in the air as well. And there's a whole lot of other deeper mysteries to the key that can be unlocked, you know.
You are breathtaking and absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
And now if we wanted to get a hold of you, how would they find you?
The best way to catch me right now is probably through my Instagram or Facebook.
Okay.
My Facebook page, I have a fan page, which is Soul Crafted, SOULCRAFTED, by Amun, AMUN. That's my Facebook fan page. And on Temple of Soul on Instagram, which is Temple of SOL, like the sun, Temple of Soul. So Temple of Soul is my enlightenment center, but it is also my art gallery. And throughout the year, various artists come with me. We do all types of events from meditation, guided meditation, crystal bowl concerts, just, lots of healing gatherings to uplift and enlighten. Yeah. So, yeah.
I feel so blessed to have met you today.
Thank you.
And your work is out of this world.
Thank you so much.
So high vibrational.
Gracias.
So welcome to Divine Blessings. My name is Divine Aubrey and I do chakra testing. And so for those of you that aren't familiar with our chakras, we have many chakras, but 7 major chakras that run from the base of our spine to the crown of our head. So this is a chart of where the chakras are located. So it starts off at your root chakra, base of your spine, goes all the way up your spinal column, all the way to the crown of your head. And the importance of our chakras are that they govern the major areas of our life. So this is where they're located in our body, and this is what they actually look like. They actually look like wheels. So just like the wheel of your car. So when they're open, they go clockwise, and when they're closed, they go counterclockwise, okay? So what I do here at the booth, I do at the most amazing spiritual center in the world, Agape International, I do chakra testing. So we have points in the palms of our hands that match up with our chakras, with our major chakras. So I use a pendulum to see if your chakras are open or closed, number one, and then the vibration of your chakras. So please come visit us. I'm out here every Sunday morning Sunday morning from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
And you're online as well. They
Yes.
get a hold of you?
Yes, they can reach me at www.divineblessings.one. That's divineblessings.one.
And do you have a page or something that they can find your work?
I do. Either Divine Aubrey on Facebook, and Divine Blessings is our fan page on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Well, you are delightful, and thank you for sharing.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me on your show.
Many blessings.
Many blessings. Namaste.
My name is Audrey Pearson. How you doing? I'm at Agape, Christian Church, and here in sunny California. It's my first time here, and in my first experience, I was truly, when I woke up this morning and got saged and got ready to come out, I just asked the Creator and God to lead me to a place where my energy will connect well with other people, the ideas will be exploding, the creativity will be exploding, and it happened. And in hearing Pastor and Dr. Beckwith talking today, I was just really truly encouraged, the welcoming of the staff and members here to, individuals taking me to the side and praying with me. It was more than what I even could imagine, and even more than what I had even asked for. And I thank the Creator, and I thank everyone here at Agape. And in fact, I've ran into a couple of coworkers here, so it's all coming together, and I'm coming back, and I want to know what gifts that I have that I can offer to the church, as well as the universe in this world. So that's my perspective. I'm Audrey Pearson.
Namaste.
See you later.
Much love.
Namaste.
Hi, welcome back to Age of New Beginnings. I'm here with Donna McGrath, and she has a beautiful book that she's just published, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
A book of miracles. Tell us more about the details of the miracles that you're projecting.
Okay, well, in 1994, I had an out-of-body experience where I went out of my body into the Andromeda Galaxy, actually.
That's one of my favorite. Yeah.
And anyway, I was in the light of God and basically was downloaded with the cure for all diseases. I have previously been an NIH scientist, and I actually was there around the time of Bruce Lipton and everything. But anyway, went on and on. I'm sorry. We went on to write the book From Corporate Mentality to Spiritual Reality, A True Out-of-Body Journey to Enlightenment. That's one of my books. And now I've practiced my channeled healings, my channeled miracles. And my new book is called Miracles of Total Body Healing, True Cases of Miracle Healings from the Files of a Master Energy Healer.
Wow, so reading the book, you have a wonderful understanding of quantum consciousness, of healing, and the work that you do.
Manifestation of a miracle is my forte.
Ah, incredible blessings. All right, here we go. Well,
Well, listen, this is Reverend Ellen from Dr. Michael, Sir Michael Bernard Beckwith. And you know what? Did you want to say something?
it's okay. You're eloquent and fabulous and wonderful. And
Well,
on stage, you are off the hook today.
Well, I appreciate that because
Yeah.
we're always in the age of new beginnings.
We are.
Every single second is a moment in which the infinite gets to break into time. So we have to see every single moment as a new beginning. We're not linear beings, we're quantum beings. Therefore, we're out of time. This is a new beginning for your life. Leap into excellence.
Much love.
Much love to you.
Hi, this is Elle from the Age of New Beginnings, and I'm here with this extraordinary, incredible, magnificent soul of light.
Then tell his lady he can't spit like me, baby, so it must be drool. Depending on how I'm feeling, man, I put blades to your top like a ceiling fan, so everybody in the room just be cool. Don't start with that heavy breathing through the nostrils and being all hostile when that shotgun has the same amount of gauges as Jesus had apostles.
Alonzo Green, Instagram at GreenlightZo, and yeah.
We were just talking about so many magical things.
Yes.
About the infinite energy of when you were born and how you take anything that you connect with to a whole new level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm an identical twin. Myself and my twin brother, we're about 4 minutes apart from each other. My mother actually did not know that she was having twins. Wow. Upon delivery, in 1990, we were back to back on the sonogram. Our hearts were beating at the same time, so they only heard one heartbeat. Yeah, so upon delivery, she found out that she had 2 twin boys that were born August 11th, and her birthday is August 12th. So she spent her 28th birthday in the hospital giving birth to myself and my twin.
2 magical angels.
Yes, thank you so much.
That's a 4. 4 to me is the angelic realm.
It is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's really beautiful because we're talking about numerology. We're talking about and how you were doing the thing with Michael Jackson and how you were nailing the way you had the Thriller.
Yes, I was playing. One of my largest influences is Michael Jackson. You know, I think that he was, beyond an entertainer. He transcended a lot that we know about music culture in general. There were huts in Africa with no running water, but they knew who Michael Jackson was. So it was. So with that being said, I played on an Instagram post. I played Thriller on the piano. I played Thriller on the piano, and I was showing the audience and everybody who was watching that the exact notes for the bass line of Thriller were the same exact ones for the bass line of Billie Jean. They were just in a different succession and a different pattern. So on the Instagram post, I was showing people and actually breaking those 2 records down and showing them the exact keys as well as I was playing it with one hand and speaking obviously with the other, and just showing them just the consistencies that occurred, you know, back in those days when you created a really great record. You just had so many remnants of just other things, and you just went on in that flow. And that's really, I believe, how they created their albums back then. They just went off of vibes and grooves and flows and everything like that back then. And that was something I appreciated and wanted to show to the fans.
There's so many things that you're multi-talented in.
Thank you.
From jazz to rap
Yes.
to piano. You connect to a drum, a snare drum.
Yes,
and
I play a
never you did it, and then all of a sudden you're playing it like you've been playing your whole life.
Yes, so I'm an assistant manager for a residential facility that serves the mentally ill. I have a group of residents and a group of guys that you know, that I see to every day, you know, so on and so forth, and just make sure to enrich their lives as much as possible. One of my residents had a snare drum, and for some reason he just wanted one, and we went out and we purchased it for him. That was a wish that he wanted, and we fulfilled it for him. I decided that I wanted to just try it. Something compelled me to just pick up the sticks and just, you know, just start playing. I wanted to see how I'm able to adapt to an instrument without any form of training or any practice or anything like that. I'm just using what I've seen done, you know, and everything. So I did an Instagram post, again, playing the snare drum. It was the very first time I actually did, and it was an innate success. It was incredible. The patterns and the speed and the consistency and everything like that did seem like I was polished and experienced with it. So
It just seems like no matter where you are, you're just this incredible, vibrant energy.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You were just on Cyrus Radio.
And also an opportunity to display my lyrical ability, because you know he's seen my footage beyond that point and everything. So you know he wanted me to line that up with him, and then we did that.
But I'm gonna put you to a test.
And you were put on because you do. I guess challenges.
Yes,
and,
I do.
Yeah, with rapping and throwing music at you.
Yes.
And you're able to say something or put something together like nobody else. That you were impressing people, even LLJ and the Cool J. That the people that are that have arrived, that are just touching and connecting with you, you're making them go. You're putting them in awe.
And that's actually humbling.
Yeah.
And you know, it's actually great to be able to do that. The challenges and everything like that I like to do. I like to express a certain era that I was raised in and everything, and that I found, you know, was just, you know, fantastic. And it's also an ode to my grandfather as well, and everything. So you know, just from that era. So basically, with these challenges, I challenge these DJs. I challenge these platforms in order to give me instrumentation from any era, or you can give me a multi-genre instrumental if you would like, you know, from any genre, and I would be able to convey my craft in the most top-notch way possible. And I like to let them leave with something. So when they leave with my lyrics or a bar or a phrase or a slogan that I've created, and they can then regurgitate it and speak about it later on, that's really, really big to me. That means you left with a piece of something that I wanted to give to you. So
I would love for you to give an example to how magical you are. I mean, if Danny could throw some sort of music or something out there, or do you even need that?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No, I have a heartbeat. That's fine.
Okay, there you go.
That's fine. I have a heartbeat. All right. So let's see. All right. Walking taller than the tallest giant. I'm a titan ready for war, a warrior fighting, soaring, flying. To the top I am northern climbing. The more I climb it, my heart gets colder than the northern climate. Turn your heartbeat into an awkward silence. The warning sign is 911 calling and all the sirens. GPS just to see how lost my mind is. What they call genius, I call it mindless. You call it different and you say my thoughts are missing. What you want to listen, you cannot ignore your interest. Talented and attractive, displaying domination and surpassing the average. Mentally a tad sick, there should be a math quiz. Fractions for half-wits, add and subtraction. Yeah, I'm smarter than the smartest genius. Thoughts are farther than the stars upon Mars and Venus. The most prestigious, master of his art is speaking. Now you have a reason to pledge to our allegiance. Devour the cowards and weaklings. In the final hour, display my power to be king. It's not a us or a we thing. It's a solo. I go alone. It's just a me thing. So on and so forth. Wow. Green light Zoe. Absolutely, you have to salute me. Yes.
It is so incredible. Like,
Thank
you're
you.
magnificent. And now you have a brother who has also taken off like you are. It's like you're both flying, like you're both beautiful wings that are just soaring.
Thank you so much.
In magical ways.
Shout out to my right hand, my left hand. Well, you know, he's my identical twin. The fact about us is we're something called mirror twins because I'm left-handed and he's right-handed.
And so when I was
That's right. So when we, it's, you know, when you stand in the mirror, it's like, you know, so we're mirror twins, and yeah, my twin brother, he's actually, you know, he's acting. And everyone is, as of recent, his most recent appearance was in the Netflix original 7 Seconds. Nice. And on 7 Seconds, everyone who does not know that I have a twin brother yet, the individuals who are my fans who don't know I have a twin brother, they're like, we seen you on Netflix, we seen you in 7 Seconds. And I remind them, like, no, that's my twin brother. And I give him his social media information and I promote him and everything like that and so on and so forth. And, you know, he does the same exact thing, you know, on his platform. So, and he's in the SAG-AFTRA as well, and you know, in the union, he's doing really, really well, and I'm actually proud of him. He's doing it the right way.
And it's fun. You're going international now.
Yes. I was invited onto Sirius XM satellite radio the first time by DJ K Slay, on his platform called Street Sweeper Radio. This was when the first challenge was issued to me. Because the streets, the markets, everybody was just sitting there. They wanted to know if I really had the ability, because what captures everybody is that I don't read anything off of a phone. I'm actually able to do this so naturally and fluently, you know, so they wanted to put that to the test.
Sway in the morning, shade 4-5.
Wow.
Well, Alonzo Green, Before I hit the stage and felt the velvet curtains, I felt that the wealth would help with the health insurance. I got a special purpose. They stay concerned about the checks I'm earning. I could tell you what else felt disturbing. The possibility of dying broke, being dead and worthless. Asking for handouts and help from a selfish person. Cause as a kid, I thought that I would go to hell for cursing. For the record, I made heaven from all these records cursing. I'd rather let my son hear explicit content and listen to the mainstream hits of all this nigga nonsense. You're a novice rapping. Stop it please with the romantic comedies. You don't want that drama action. You niggas in a different genre acting. I can't lie, won't ever deny that I'm a savage. Me and your baby kick it like slight contractions. This life is madness, I'm telling you. Trilogy, I'm trillin' still a G. I'm still a villain in your village, still ain't feeling me. Charge admission, buy your tickets, time to get your seats. Higher than the ceiling weed, I'm twisting in my swisher sweets. Ask permission when you speak, bow down, kiss my feet. Familiar with the trickery, it's bigger than my history. They lynch you from a bigotry, still they call it bigotry. The statue symbol liberty, still I'm just a liberal, now my action packed like figurines. Now they pointing pistols, put you in conditions critically. Killer criticism, critics criticize the ill of me. Ill little nigga is sick as me. You kidding me? Boy, you know I'm better than the legal, better than the evil. Call this trilogy, but there hasn't been a sequel. New God rapping in the Vatican Cathedral. New Lord battling the pastors in the steeple. A verse from the Bible, verse a verse I put a beat to. The pastor is deceitful, sacrilegious people. Da Vinci, Leo, Mona Lisa living through the easel. A reverend's not a reverend if he has no one to preach to. History historic, I'm cautious of the crosses. Columbus bought this, but to the natives it was foreign. My fashion more foreign than the Ralph and the Lauren. Call the Lord cordless boy, God's son orphan. Mean.
They put it to the test. He chose so many different beats, about 5 different ones, and he wanted to try and stump me, so he chose things that he felt that I would not hear in a current era.
Right.
So he chose things from early 90s. One of the instrumentals was from Where I'm From by Jay-Z. Another one of them was You, Me, Him, and Her by Jay-Z, Memphis Bleek, and Emilion as well. Another instrumental was 24 Hours to Live by Jay-Z as well, DMX and the Lox. And the last instrumental also was Lyrical Exercise by Jay-Z. Funny about that, Jay-Z is hands down one of the individuals that I look up to incredibly with his pen style, the way that he writes, the way that he puts his words together, his phrasing, and so on and so forth. So I felt it was divinity that the beats that he chose were just all Jay-Z. I just practiced on all those beats since 2003. I've been rapping on those beats, and those are the exact ones. So I really felt at that point that was my moment that I was supposed to deliver on that. Then after that, Sway actually was there for that show. So, Sway Calloway, shout out to Sway Calloway, thank you very much. Sway Calloway was at the show. He heard what was going on, and there were, and the producers and interns, they're running around with clipboards and everything. Everyone's scrambling because Sway heard what was going on, and he came right into the studio, and he wanted to hear. He's like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Who is this guy? So he sat down, grabbed headphones, and he listened to, and he also issued me the challenge. He said to me, this is legendary presence, though. Never before has this happened where DJ K Slay and myself, Sway Calloway, has ever joined and combined a show for an artist. So I took advantage of that moment, and I really, really turned it into something else. What I turned it into was actually being booked on Sway in the morning itself. And that is huge because there is only 5 rappers that are booked on Sway in the morning per year. 5 per year. So with that being said, you have to be really, really current, really serious. You must be that next thing if you are, placed on that platform. And he told me right before I left, which also I was booked with Gene Simmons, Eva Longoria, Lance Bass, Chris Kirkpatrick, and Joey Fatone from NSYNC, and Dej Loaf as well. We're all in the same bill and the same ticket with me. Gene Simmons was a really, really funny guy. He actually, he came with a trunk. He was doing magic tricks.
No.
Yes, he came with a trunk. He was doing magic tricks and everything. He walked through the door, and everyone was all in the lobby, and I was just in shock that I was around these individuals just co-mingling.
Phenomenal.
So we're in the lobby, and he walks through, and I say, oh my God, it's Gene Simmons, the lead singer from legendary Kiss Band.
Yeah.
And he walks up to me. He said, "You're definitely too young to know who I am." And I said to him, of course I know who you are. I said, you were, I remember you from Celebrity Deathmatch. And it was a joke. So, and he just laughed and everything. And I said to him, I like your vest that you're wearing. He was wearing this beautiful embroidered leather vest. It was with these buttons. It looks so boss. So striking, boss. Yeah. And I said, Mr. Simmons, I really like your vest, man. It's really, really dope. He said to me, yeah, thank you. I have underwear that match him. He was
feeling good down under.
Definitely a character, but and I loved his energy.
Yeah.
And everything, but he his people they were speaking to my management and everything like that because they were curious as to who I was or what my act was and everything like that. They were not believing that I was an up and coming rapper.
That you were a newbie because you were just so tight.
Thank you. To co-mingle and be able to banter with Gene Simmons as well, and stuff. So that was something that as well as Eva Longoria, I was an absolute gentleman with her as well, and everything. So she called me Dashing, which was great. As of recent, which was last night. The rapper Corey Guns, his father is legendary Peter Guns from the duo Peter Guns and Lord Tariq. Their most famous record was Deja Vu, which was the anthem, the New York anthem, Uptown Baby, Deja Vu. So with that being said, his son actually came to Long Island last night. He came to Long Island and for a podcast and an interview. Came and we sat down, we spoke, we chopped it up as well. And his son, actually, Corey Guns, he told me, he said he's been to a lot of different places, Corey Guns. Because, he was signed with Lil Wayne, Young Money and everything like that, and so on and so forth. He had his deal with Nick Cannon as well. So he's been to a lot of different places. And he told me, never before has he been to a city where he asked who was that guy, as far as, rap goes, and everybody was unified in the same name, and everyone said the same exact thing, and that happened out here on Long Island. Everyone said it was Green Light Zoe. It was Alonzo Green. So with that being said, me and him, we got very, very tight and very close, and we have a surprise for the world very, very soon. Myself and him, with our lyrical abilities. So we're either gonna match wits, clash swords, or we're going to do a project together. and so on and so forth. So
how exciting is
yes,
that?
yes, that is.
It's
He's a great artist as well.
It'll be a very powerful year for you.
Thank you. I believe so. And everyone that's just been so receptive of the craft, and so it's just the demographic is so wide. It's so many people. It's just like if you're a soccer mom. If you're a soccer mom or you're just an old man who owns a liquor store, it really doesn't matter.
They all fall in love with you.
If you have this, if you know craft, if you know life, just anything is just synonymous, So, and I speak to people, and even the things I watch and see, they're just very diverse, very diverse. How do you prepare for a rap battle? I listen to puns from Seinfeld.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I listen to puns from Seinfeld. I watch Saturday Night Live religiously from even the original cast of, we have Chris Farley and, those likes of, those individuals. I'm very big into that as well, because live delivery and live timing and so on and so forth. I study that.
Yeah. And what's really nice is you do it in a tasteful way. You
Thank
don't need to be vulgar. You don't need to be shocking. You just let your magic romance everybody.
I appreciate that so much. I appreciate that. Yes. They listen to it, and I like to leave things up for debate as well.
Right.
Whether you do like it or you don't. But my ability to absorb culture in general, and not just one thing. I'm talking culture in general. My ability to absorb it and then regurgitate it back through the craft and the music and everything like that. It's just like, who doesn't know who Ross, Rachel, Phoebe, Chandler, and Monica are? Who does not know these? Some of these things are so classic and timeless, but has not been a topic to speak on, even in hip hop. Right. Nowadays, everything is so mixed in together. As far as collectively, yeah. So there aren't really any boundaries or separation between certain things that one demographic would know as opposed to the other. It's not like that anymore. It's just, if it's culture, it's culture. There's little 7-year-old girls in Catholic school who know who Cardi B is, and stuff like that. So it's just pop culture now is just whatever is popular is pop culture,
And the love of what you do, you've been doing it since you were 9.
Yes, 9 years old.
Yeah.
9 years old. Listening to so many different people, from Tony Bennett, Rod Stewart, and Nirvana to Billie Holiday, Coltrane, or even earlier days in hip hop, Slick Rick, Dana Dane, Grandmaster Flash, Furious 5, Rakim, even Wu-Tang Clan, the Boot Camp Clique of Camp Lo, and oh man, it's so many that I've actually been able to retain and remember. I even watch Fred Astaire. Yes. Yeah.
Well, he's got his flow too going on.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he's a very smooth, very collected individual, and I liked how he was able to deliver his dance moves, his body language, and everything. Like, even in performance in general, that's just important to be able to convey, just through your mouth, through your extremities, through everything like that.
It just makes you want to do what he's doing.
Yes. Yeah.
Come alive. He helps people feel that vibrational energy like you do.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I'm just pretty much inspired by just art in general and craft in general. I like seeing younger kids as well. Like, you guys are so dope. You guys do some really, really amazing stuff, and you guys are jumping hurdles because you're smarter. You're so smart and so advanced, you guys. It bugs me out all the time. I hear certain things from you, and you know certain things or know how to do things, like engineer your own music. They weren't doing that back then, engineering their own music at 12, 13 years old. You had to have gone to college for that and everything, and you guys are engineering your own music and editing your own videos and doing your own graphic art and everything like that. It's so dope. It's so dope. Every time I see it, there's little kids I see, and they have video editing software on their tablets and devices and stuff like that, and they're putting together little videos and stuff, and I think that is so dope and so awesome. And that's what craft is to me. That's what it's about.
It's understanding that we're all moving into a higher vibration. So it's
Yes.
an expanded consciousness. So it's like where you were when you were 9 and how you drank in all this different knowledge, and then anything you attached to, you connected to.
Yes.
You really made magic happen. So what was his difference? In other words, he was great with acting. He was great with
my twin brother. He is first off, he speaks like 4 or 5 different languages. Wow. Yeah, he speaks. His communication is unreal. His ability to appeal to any demographic or any walk of life, whether what culture they come from, a background, was something that he wanted to really ground and root himself in, and everything. So when me and him are together, it's just it's great. It's just fantastic, and everything. So his ability to connect is just so awesome. I learned a lot of that from him.
Yeah.
You know, I learned from him as well, and you know, he learns from me. But
I think it's your natural talents.
yeah.
Just naturally.
He's awesome. He inspires me, you know, as well. My son, my 5-year-old boy, Aiden, you know, Aiden Green, he inspired me as well to really take this to a different level.
Yeah.
Because he was 2 years old and he was mumbling and you know, rocking back and forth and going and he was doing that, and I seen that he was mimicking what I was doing.
Yeah.
And 2014, I actually got the opportunity to battle the legend Daylight, and we did a battle. It was a Dragon Ball Z themed battle, and it was premiered on Toonami. You know, for the anime and the Dragon Ball Z and stuff, like on Cartoon Network on Channel 32 at 12 o'clock, Toonami comes on with the anime and stuff like that and the whole nine. My son watched Dragon Ball Z. You know, he watched Dragon Ball Z and he saw me dress up in the costume and rap and so on and so forth and everything. And from that day on, he put it in his mind that I was a superhero. He thought I was he thought I was a superhero because he seen me on TV, you know, and everything. And that night the producers, they told us like, you know, what time it was gonna come on and everything like that and the whole nine. So we sat like I'm this close to the screen, you know, just waiting and everything like that. And I had my son on my lap and everything, and I'm next to his mother, and we're just all, and you know, that was when we were coming up and we were just trying to get settled and everything like that. So, you know, we were grinding, we were all out of one room and everything like that. And somehow we made it work and we made it pop. And we were all in one room, and we didn't have too much, but we had everything that we needed, but we was all together. Like, we were all together. It was us three. And we sat there and we waited and we watched and we finally saw it. And when I saw it and everything like that, I couldn't believe it. It didn't become real until my son, he said, "Daddy, that's you." And when he told me that, you know, that's when it became real to me.